Righto. Hey there, guys. How's it going? I am the cyclist vlogger, and this is my second ever live stream. Uh, the first one actually went pretty well. Um, uh, all facts taken into consideration. Um, I tried to do a couple before that one, but they really just didn't work out that well. I'm in too hard of a gear. Oh, that's heaps better. So I just got back from school. I know it's like 6 o'clock, but I was at we have this tutoring thing after school, and I was just at that. Just wait up. I need to make sure that I can see something. Okay, there we go. Okay, all good. Yep. Okay, it's streaming everywhere. Um, this kit I'm wearing, you'll notice, is a bit different from the one that you've seen previously. This is my last year's team kit. I like this one, but it has, yeah, it's pretty worn out because I wore this kit basically for like an entire year, and yeah, it's worn out a bit, but it's still a pretty good kit. Although I wouldn't race in it again because the shoulder straps are a bit loose now. So yeah, that's a good. But yeah, it's still a pretty good kit. It was pretty well made. But basically, uh, I on last Friday, so I didn't actually. I talked about it briefly on the Castle Hill blog. Um, I actually managed to qualify to represent North Queensland in States Athletics, which is in October 19th to the 23rd. I'm just filling out all the permission slips now. So I'll go down there, and that's going to be pretty awesome. So just updating you on that one, because there's that's going to involve just basically a lot of running training, and I'm not going to be able to do much on the bike, except the Tuesday trainer session, and then maybe I'll do some stuff on Thursday, but probably not, because I'm going to have provided to work on a Saturday. So I won't be doing too much riding in the next couple of weeks. It'll be more just focused on running. Obviously, I'll still try to get like a weekly vlog out. Also, I'm working for 5 days during the holidays. Like, I'm working a full working week, whereas I usually just work the Saturday because I have school. So I'm going to be working a full week, which would be good, and I'll probably be able to do some videos across through that. Although I don't, I start at like 8:30 and then finish at 5. So I'm mostly just working the whole day, so there won't be too much riding. Let me just get a drink. So yeah, that's what's coming up at the moment. Yeah, I've got my final exams coming up. I've got exams at the end of this week, and then a couple more exams at the beginning of next week, and then I'll be finished, which will be really good, because I'm really looking forward to finishing, because it's just been I've just been all over the place. I've just been trying to get everything done and pulled a couple all-nighters and everything. Yeah. Also, there was going to be a race this weekend, which was from it's like way out of town, past Oak Valley, out behind Mount Stewart. If you know about Townsville, you know what I'm talking about. It's goes from Woodstock to Garoon back again, but that race isn't happening because unfortunately the cycle club couldn't get the permits for that one. I actually know how hard it is to get the permits for those races, because I worked on the committee for a little while. I'd like to work on it a bit more, but I just haven't been able to because of schoolwork. So I'm going to try work on the Townsville Cycle Club committee a bit more, because I know how hard they work just to get everyone, just to get all these races done. They've done an awesome job this year so far. We've also got, well, I've also got the Great Northern Tour coming up, which is not next weekend, not this weekend, but the weekend after. So that's a race from here to Charters Towers and then back again. I may not be able to get footage of that. It just depends on the regulations that we're running under. So I don't know. Yeah, the regulations are a bit confusing at the moment. Like, you'll see lots of other, a couple other YouTube channels where they have actual race footage that they can actually use because they're in different states. But Cycling Queensland, being Cycling Queensland, doesn't let people actually use cameras whilst they're racing. I'm going to end up just talking about this now. I've finished talking about MQ. I'm going to talk about how ridiculous it is that I'm not allowed to have a camera on my bike whilst I'm racing. Now, it should be disclosed that I have nothing against Cycling Queensland. I'm just really annoyed at the rules. Like, okay. I'm going to take a drink and then I'm going to talk about this. Basically, the situation I'm in at the moment is that I used my sports camera to film a bit of footage for Castle Hill individual time trial, which was last Sunday, and it was great. Lots of people liked it. I think that's been my most liked video in the past 6 months or so. The only other one has been I think Townsville to Cairns. Besides from that, it's been the most, I think it's almost been my most liked video ever. I'm gonna have to check the statistics on that one. But yeah, everyone liked it because it gave an awesome inside perspective. If you watch the video, then you'll actually understand how cool it was. Like, I'm not just up talking myself. Like, I really enjoy footage from inside races, even if it doesn't have any commentary over it or whatever. I still just enjoy watching it because it's interesting just to see how other riders go and everything. But obviously, because it was an individual time trial, you didn't get to see much. You just got to see how I climbed Castle Hill, basically. But yeah, it was pretty good footage. I'm looking at it, I'm like, oh yeah, this is pretty good. And I did that race edit one, where it was just the race going up, going down. And then I did the vlog edit, where I just made it go really fast and everything. And I really enjoyed that. And I put a lot of effort into that. I had my little camera mounted just here. Yeah, it was really awesome to do all that. And then I got a message from this guy on the committee, and he's like, he didn't actually see the video. I updated my Facebook cover photo, and you could see the little camera just on the little thing just here. You can see my camera sitting just on there, and he messaged me, he's like, hey, you can't have cameras whilst you're riding. And I knew that. I just didn't think that it applied for individual time trials as well. So he just said it on the down low. He's like, hey, obviously I'm not going to mention his name. He's like, hey, don't have a camera, can't use a camera. So, and then I talked to him about, then I talked to some other guys about, which I'm not going to mention their names again because they could get in trouble and everything. But I talked to some other people about how I go about getting permission to use a camera for Great Northern Tour, and they're all for it. It's not, no one in Townsville Cycle Club is actually against using a camera whilst racing. Like, so long as it's safely mounted like this one, you would know if you you have a GoPro or whatever, or Shimano sports camera like what I've got, you know that they're really secure. They're not going to come off. And if there's an incident where they actually do come off, I think that this little tiny camera is going to be the least of your concerns. Because if you crash at such velocity, well, not such velocity, if you crash at such force that you end up with your camera coming off your actual mount, then yeah, that little camera is the least of your concerns. And like on my, it's like a bit like TT bars. The mount doesn't actually come out, doesn't protrude in front of the handlebars or anything. It actually sits just in there. It sits, if you can actually see that, it sits just in before the handlebars. Only comes up slightly above the handlebars, about there, or like there. Actually, wait, I'll grab it because I haven't actually got it mounted at the moment. There you can see it. It's just above that. So if it had like, one of my mates has his Garmin and it's mounted out front like that, doesn't come out in front of the handlebars obviously, and he tilts it up slightly. That's how he has it tilted up slightly. So it's actually at the same level as the normal GoPro cameras or whatever you're using. And it's like just like almost having a Garmin or whatever. It's almost the same as that. I think it's just ridiculous. But the weird thing is, like, Cycling Australia doesn't have any rules against having a camera on your bike. Because I looked up the rules and regs and I went through all of it. I was looking through all the rules and I'm like, okay, no, doesn't have anything on cameras. And then I haven't actually looked at the Cycling Queensland one because I've just assumed that they actually have a rule against it. I know that sounds bad, but I've had a screenshot sent to me as well, and someone screenshotted it about it, just getting angry about it, like how I am now. And yeah, when it's you can't have a camera mounted on there if you're in Queensland and you're cycling. Some clubs down south have rules against it, but I understand some of their concerns, like for safety and all that. But there's got to be a point where you look at that onboard footage of your races and criteriums and so on. Like, you can look up Red Hook criterium and see so much onboard footage. Well, I'm pretty sure that's just an example. I haven't actually seen that, but you can look up lots and lots of different criteriums all around the world, and you can see like criteriums from London, and even the pros. All the pros have all their GoPros and everything mounted on there. So surely, if the pros are able to have GoPros, have GoPros mounted just under there. I think they're under there, and sometimes they have them up a bit. I don't know. If the pros are able to have GoPros mounted on their bikes at the massive speeds they're doing, like 110 going down the hill, surely we can have these little cameras here that aren't going to slip off. Surely we can have those sitting on there when we're doing our club rides at 40, 50 Ks an hour. We're not going to have massive stacks and have these go through someone's ass. We're going to be, and plus, yeah, I'm just getting really annoyed about this now. Yeah, it's not going to protrude, it's not going to go through someone's asshole, honestly. We're not going fast enough for anything like that to happen. And everyone sees like those races that all the criteriums and all that. And you can see so many awesome videos. I'm just going to take Cycling Maven because I watch him a bit. Cycling Maven has onboard footage of races, and he analyzes them, and he does all the commentary on it. And that's something I'd love to be able to do, but I can't because I live in Queensland, and Queensland has stupid rules about it. So it just really pisses me off, and you could just give so much promotion to a club like if I, for instance, if I went to Mackay and they have a tour there. There's a 2-day tour there, and it's pretty cool. I've won that one once. If I had onboard footage for that, it'd be awesome. Everyone would be loving it because it's such an awesome race and it's in a different place. And then I'd be like, hey, this was at Mackay Cycle Club. And everybody would be like, oh, that's awesome. And there's good places to stay and everything. And everyone would Google it. It's like it's like almost like Cycling Queensland is living in the past, like they can't embrace the future of cameras. Like that is the future. In some of the pro races now, they have onboard footage whilst they're racing. They have like the live stream thing that they can do with their cameras because they go post because they can do that Wi-Fi Bluetooth thing, Wi-Fi or Bluetooth, and they can live stream it and they can have all their heart rate and all their data going through. It's like the onboard F1 cars or whatever. It's really awesome. And as soon as I first saw that, I'm like, wow, that's really cool. I think it's VeloCC or something that provides them with that. And it just looks awesome. And it's awesome to see the onboard footage as they go flying around Tour de France, or whatever. It's just really cool to see. So really, in conclusion, wait, how long have I been going for? Yeah, it's almost gone 6:20 now. So I'll finish up at about 6:20 or so. So basically, in conclusion, Cycling Queensland needs to get their bloody act together, stop living in the past, and they need to actually allow people to have cameras. And like some people say, oh no, it's just your cycle club. No, I've talked to everyone on the committee. They're like, yeah, we want to have cameras on board. We would love to do promotional stuff. Townsville Cycle Club is pretty up to date with all their technological stuff. Like they do live streams of their velodrome racing because they have a velodrome here, and they do live streams of the criterium. But they all have to be on the side of the road with the camera. Their phones are going like that, and it's really awful because all you get to see is just like, yeah, that's it, 10 seconds. But it would be really awesome because you can get cameras that sync up to phones, and then you can live stream that video from the phone and then beam it out to, well, I think, well, hundreds of people because Townsville Cycle Club has only about 1,000 likes or so, I think, on their Facebook page. But yeah, and then they could use that recording and then put it on their website. And then if it's like a really cool race down a hill, or there's like massive attacks and there's like several perspectives and everything, it'd be awesome to see. You could do massive race edits and all that, but you can't because Queensland Cycling is just screwing us over and not letting us have cameras. Like, really like to have a response from Queensland Cycling. They're just giving us they just gave the guy that asked if they could do it a flat out no. They just didn't give a reason. They haven't given a reason for a while. And really think Cycling Queensland needs to really get their act together, and they need to actually do something about what's happening. Because currently they keep saying that cycling in Queensland is rising, like all the registrations and all that is rising, but you could attract so many more people if they actually saw the racing. Like where a majority of new racing cyclists come from are the people that do the Saturday and Sunday rides or whatever, do the coffee rolls, and they just want to do a bit of racing. They enjoy watching the pros or whatever, and then they see that their local cycle club has posted this video of this awesome criterium. I'm just going to use the V8 track because that's a cool criterium track. They've seen their cycle club doing an awesome race around there, seen all these different perspectives and had like commentary on it or whatever, and just be awesome. They'd be like, I want to be in that. that looks really cool. That's something I'd really like to do. So yeah, basically, that's it for the day, for this live stream. I'm going to have to sweat it out a bit because I haven't actually ridden that much because I've just been talking. I'm going to have to sweat it out a bit, and then I'm going to have to do some study. But that's my rant over. I'm really pissed off. I'll keep you guys updated as to how this goes because I really want to be able to have my camera for the Great Northern Tour, which is 2 weeks' time. So I'm going to see how this goes. I might do a written, I'd put an email or send a letter to Cycling Queensland questioning their reasoning why they have, why they're not allowing people to have cameras. And then I'm gonna have to read through the rules and regs first though. So basically that's it for today. I'm the Cyclist Vlogger. I'm really pissed off. And I will see you later. I'm gonna stop this live stream. See you later.